was gonna use this, but I don't have the adapter to fix my phone. To fix my phone. I brought this up for a reason, I can't remember. I always have my little plastic paint. I can't, as soon as I hit record, I like don't know how to speak English anymore. It's the only language I know. The American school system. I really enjoy posting on YouTube, and I just made a TikTok too. It's the same name if you want to follow me there. I don't post every single day on TikTok though, because I posted a lot on YouTube. But I need to start making long form content, because that's what I liked. I don't know if any of you are old enough, hopefully, to remember like Jenna Marbles. She was my all-time favorite. I watched her every single time her videos were uploaded, and it was just a fun comfort thing. It was like, cool, I'm gonna put this on, laugh about it while I paint or while I eat lunch or snacks or something like that, or I'm on my lunch break, things like that. Obviously she grew up, she grew out of it, she didn't want to do YouTube anymore, and I understand why. You know, I watch Brittany Broski and I love her videos too, and there's just something about both of their videos that are like comforting, and that's what I would like to emulate at least. But I've got to get there too. People got to get to know me, and shit, sometimes I don't even know who I am. So we got to get through that together. All-purpose sealer for now, because this is, I hate how all my brushes are frayed, and it's totally my fault. It's not, I'm not blaming it on anyone else. I just can't believe I've done it to every single one of them. Like shit. I think it's because I'll paint late at night and then ultimately get tired and just leave everything out, and then my paintbrushes sit in the water upside down and they end up fraying. And I'm like, man, why'd I do that? I did it to my fucking self. I don't know where to start. I think I want to change the walls. You know what? I chose really weird colors, and I'm gonna have to suffer the consequences and just keep going with it. I still don't know how I feel about it. I heard the freaking ice cream machine. Oh my god. The ice cream machine. The ice cream truck. Holy fuck. Yep. Hey guys, look out. The ice cream machine's coming. It's gonna get you. We getting somewhere. I think it's pretty. I like the purple undertone to it. Like you would walk into this person's house and be like, whoa, oh, that Brittany Broski meme. I would be like confused and like, colors that don't really match but kind of go together. Cool, you know? That's the vibe I'm going for. Kind of awkward, you know, like me. We'll see. I'm also confusing myself with the colored pencil choice that I used. I used blue and red, which is good because I wanted it to stand out so that I could like know which colors I want to have where, but I forgot which colors I wanted where. Oh my god. Hold on. I just want to set the corner. aspiring artist or wherever you're at in life, everyone is creative whether or not you're an artist. One of the things that you have to do, and it's gonna sound super cringy and cliche, but you have to believe in yourself. And I know that that's, again, a cliche thing to say, but truthfully, I could have been putting my art out years ago, but because I did not think that I was good enough, and I did not think that people would enjoy my art or want to see what I have to do, creative-wise, I never did. I never put my art out. I put it out on Instagram, and I would get like a couple likes because they were my friends following me, which I love. I love my supportive friends, you know, but that wasn't what I was expecting as like a artist, so I stopped, and I was like, oh, I don't want to put my art out there. Something that you have to be prepared for, I guess, is potentially negative things that could happen, especially posting things online. But besides that, whether you're just starting in art, like literally a beginner, knowing the fundamentals of human anatomy or landscaping or animals or anything like that, and just know that the first few times that you paint or draw or do anything creative, don't compare it to anyone else because it is something that you're doing for the first time. Don't beat yourself up, because that will only lead to more negative self-hate from yourself. And it will lead you down a path of just continuing the negativity. So it's best to look at what you can do in that moment and understand, you know, maybe I can't draw this thing or paint this thing right now, but I'm gonna build up the skill to be able to do that. I do believe talent is real. I think people can pick up things more easily, but the skill is what makes you a talented artist, you know what I mean? It's not just, oh, I can pick up a pencil and draw a face. Okay, you know, that's not the aspect of talent, I don't think. I think it's more of the skill and the time and effort that you put into it, and that's what makes people talented, in my opinion. But again, you have to believe that you can do it. Understand that there are people that are better than you, and that's okay. Like, there are a lot of painters that are way better than me, and I can admit that and accept that and know that that's okay. But that's not to say you can't compare your art for the criticism, like for the self-criticism of it, and not the negative shit. I mean, oh, okay, my proportions are a tiny bit off. Let me use like a ruler for now until I can freehand it by myself. Same with like face proportions. If you can't automatically know the proportions, you can do the circle with the proportions of the lines, showing the eye, nose, and mouth. And that'll help you tremendously. But those aren't like cheat codes. Like those are just the ways that you can learn how to make yourself better when it comes to painting, drawing, anything of that. Yeah, that was something I struggled with for a long, long time. And don't get me wrong, I still definitely struggle with it. Shoot, there are days where I post and I don't get that many views, and I'm like, dang, people don't really like it. And I have to remind myself that, you know, I can't compare myself to these people on TikTok that get millions of views. Either they've been posting for a very long time, and that's how they've been able to build up all of this like rapport between them and the audience, or they just got lucky. Sometimes that is what it is, but I can't compare, because even if I do get just 100 views, 50 views, 150, 200, that's still 200 people watching my videos. That's awesome. Like, to me, that's really cool. A room of 200 people is a lot. So it's like, And at least I'm able to inspire those people that are watching me. And, you know, with that, I will be able to build up more of an audience. And I don't necessarily want, like, a huge audience piled in all at once. I would rather build up slowly and have people who actually want to do my art and not just because it's a trend, you know? So that's why I try not to post trendy stuff, because I don't want people to just subscribe just because they felt they had to. So hopefully people don't. I feel like most people subscribe because they want to view that person's art again. But I digress. I think that's all I was trying to say, is just believe in yourself. Know that even if you can't accomplish something right now when it comes to your art skills, you can down the road. It's definitely possible. And it's not something you should be, like, ashamed of or beat yourself up because you do not have that skill set in that moment. That is okay. You will build it up. And that's towards anything. That's not just art. Not everyone is at the same skill set at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, it's getting hot out here. But like, at 18, my art skill was drastically different from a few other artists on YouTube, TikTok, whatever, when they were 18. And it's like, or, you know, we're the same age, whatever. And again, you can't compare because I also didn't really grow up with a ton of art stuff. So like, I had like a sketchbook and like colored pencils and some paints and things like that, but I didn't have all the tools that definitely do help me now. Like, I have all of these paintbrushes, all of this paint, a little cart and things like that to move my stuff around, like an easel. All of these things help. And it also makes me feel more confident, but you definitely don't need these things to be a great artist. I used to paint just on my bedroom floor, and or on my bed sometimes, but then I moved because I spilled my paint water all over my bed sheets, and it was the middle of the night. But so I don't do that anymore. But I'm not gonna lie when I say that having these extra tools helps tremendously, and I am so grateful for all the people in my life that have like given me things and like bought me these things for, like, whether it was my birthday or Christmas or things like that, anniversaries. Shoot, I'm pretty sure my boyfriend bought me this, the cart. He bought me these, like, everything I have he bought me except for these brushes. These are mine that I've had since before I met him, and it helps me so much. It makes me feel good, and I think that's one of those things that I've strived for when it comes to art, is like, you know, not only do I want to be a great artist and be able to build my skill, but kind of materialistic in the sense that I do want these tools that help, and I think that's something that I've strived for and I try to work for throughout my life, and build up all of the stuff that I own. I think the goal with this was like a 60s kind of vibe, and then now I'm just kind of like, I think I'm just gonna mix it up. I don't want to stick to like a certain furniture piece that I like, and then I like another one that's in a different time, and so it doesn't match. And I also don't know what people want me to talk about or what I should discuss. I'm thinking I want to make like a story behind this, or at least write a little like paragraph about who lives here. I think that'd be pretty cute. I don't know if I want it to be like a family, of like a young family, or like a older couple whose kids have moved out, or I don't know. Maybe people in the comments can let me know what they think especially when I'm done with this. As I'm slouching again. So, one of the things about me is I really like psychological horror movies, and I think, oh my god, I poked my eye. And I think it's because it's a controlled setting in which I can be scared, if that makes any sense. So it's like, I can get, oh, lizard, look at him. Do you see? I hope you can see that angle of how tiny he is. But I'm back. Who's attacking though? Oh yeah, horror movies. My little thingy keeps coming undone. There we go. I just wanted to cover my little forehead. So, I love horror movies. Growing up, like maybe not as a little kid. I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies like that, but as like a teen and older, I would watch them with my stepmom, and I loved it. Like it was fun, it's thrilling, whatever, and it's like a controlled setting in which you can be scared and not be harmed, if that makes any sense. But I never liked the body horror, gore, any like, well, I watched movies with gore, but I wasn't like, yeah, I want to watch that, you know? I was like, oh, gross, okay, next scene, okay, you know? My favorite were like Hereditary, Midsommar, freaking The Ritual. I like that. That was a Netflix original movie. I like that a lot. There are older movies too that I like American Psycho, things like that where it's like the psychological whatever. And I've always noticed like in every horror movie, and this isn't like propaganda, this is just my opinion, my observation, but all of these horror movies, the women always like get tortured the longest. And we're like, they can never just like die, or like the monster will come, or the demon, or whatever the fuck, and they can never just be like and like die. They always have to like suffer, and like some shit happens, and they're wrapped in thorns or some shit like that, you know? And I'm like, why? Were the directors like, the woman looked like their ex or some shit, and that's why they were so like pissed off, you know? They're like, fuck you. Like that scene in it's not horror, but the scene in Jurassic World, I believe, where the babysitter is just like flung around by the fucking pterodactyl, and then it gets thrown into the water, and then it comes up, and I'm just like, damn, why did she have to get fucking tortured in that scene like that? That was so unnecessary. And because of that, I kind of stopped watching like horror movies. I also think that it was giving me very negative like energy, and that's not like, I'm not religious in that sense of, I'm not Christian, monotheistic, Muslim, Jewish, none of that, and it just was putting me in a bad headspace, honestly. And I do believe that if you allow negativity to enter into your life via movies, books, media, reading crime documentaries all the time, it will start to consume you, especially if you are a like emotionally vulnerable person. And I will definitely say that I am, so I stopped, and I've definitely felt a little bit better, a little more full, and like more confident, and less like not less anxious, but just like that scary aspect went away, if that makes any sense. I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly, but I genuinely had to stop watching horror movies. And I don't mind watching scary movies every now and then, but I'm talking, I used to watch them every day. Like every single night would be, let's find a new horror movie. And me and my sister talked about it. I was like, there's some horror movies I watched where I was like, oh, should I have seen that? Like that. And that, I mean, I've seen movies that were banned too. So it's like banned in the United States, and it's like, ooh, I really shouldn't have seen that. That's not good, you know? But it was easily accessible on YouTube, so I was like, how the fuck? How is this banned if it's on YouTube, you know? That was back when, like, that was back in, like, I'm trying to think, like, early 2010s before YouTube. Not early 2010s, late 2010s, like 2009. Oh, that. What am I talking about? Late 2000s, like 2009. Back when the internet was not regulated at all, and YouTube was definitely not regulated, and I definitely saw videos that I was like, oh my god, I should not have seen that. And now with like TikTok and my whole generation is online now, they all talk about their experiences, and I'm like, holy fuck, we are all a very traumatized group of individuals and should not have seen that shit. Genuinely don't understand what the fuck was happening. And I wasn't like an iPad kid. I didn't have electronics. Like, the iPad came out when I was like an older kid, so I didn't even have things like that. I was born in 99, so I was, you know, I wasn't a child, but, and I also played in the woods a lot, so I definitely wasn't outside. So I'm just trying to, like, with this, there's really absolutely no technique that I'm doing. I'm just trying to get the color down, because this is acrylic paint, and acrylic paint likes to dry really, really fast, especially if you don't zhuzh it out fast enough, and I don't want to make it, like, lumpy in certain spots, in certain pots. I did it over here, and I think right here too. Oh, and over here. But I'll fix it. When it's completely dry, you can just go over it with another layer, and hopefully it, like, flattens it out, you know? But I don't mind some of the texture. I think it makes it look a little bit more, like, realistic, as if, like, especially for something like this, like I'm doing tile on a kitchen floor, I feel like it should look like it's been walked on and, like, has some wear and tear to it, especially if I'm doing an older style kitchen. I'm just gonna go in with the other color and clean up those lines. Seriously making a mess. Sometimes I just get lazy. I'm like, dang, this is gonna take forever. I also put rocks. Literally find pebbles in the woods and put rocks in here, and it helps me clean my paintbrushes. Yeah. It just helps get off all the schmuck, you know? All the stuff. I don't know where I'm gonna go when it comes to art and selling it and stuff. I think the direction for right now is just get my art out there, be more present online, and hopefully be able to do online stuff full time. I love being at home, and I know most everyone does, but it's, you know, it's something that would help me tremendously. I was working like 60 hours a week, upwards of sometimes like 65 hours a week, and God, it was like 70 one time, and I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't work this much. I did not get a lunch break during my 12-hour shift. I was losing weight rapidly, and dude, it was bad. I was like, what the fuck? I was starting to get mad at work and at the people coming into this job, that it's not their fault at all, but I'm like frustrated all day long. These people are complaining, and I'm like, I'm here all day without any food. Give me a fucking break, you know what I mean? Like, I never curse at a customer. I just, like, there'd be times when I'd be like, you do see that I'm the only person here, right? And I'm making your food right now. You want me to stop making your food, walk over to you, tell you how long it's gonna take, stop, wash my hands, go back to making your food. Just, you know what I mean? Like, just sit down, wait a couple minutes. But I got out of there. I'm at a new place now, and it is so much easier. I did take a pay cut, but I can't be working 60 hours a week and want to pursue art and be successful in it. Like, I just can't do it. It's maybe other people can, it's just too much for me, personally. I want to be able to have time to sit down and relax and not worry about everything all the time and not feel like I have to hustle all the time. Which recently I have been kind of hustling and like painting and posting and stuff like that, and it comes in phases, don't get me wrong. Like, maybe next week it'll be every other day, I'm not sure, and I'm not trying to plan it that way, but I get exhausted, and especially like socially exhausted, and I have to take breaks, even from myself. Like, I just need to be quiet. I just need to, you know, sometimes that means I don't want to do anything, and by anything, I mean quite literally just want to sit down and like sit for 30 minutes straight and do nothing, like not play on my phone, not just sit down and like just like decompress. And that helps me a lot too. I used to try to decompress by playing on my phone, and like I would play a game or like scroll on YouTube or something, and that just became, you look down at your phone, look up, it says it's 5:38, look down, look back up, and it's 10:42, and you're like, oh, I've been on my phone for 5 hours. That's not good. I shouldn't do that. Why did I? I don't know. Ooh, I really like it. I had to look at it from far away. Cute. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in the freezer. I have this little pillow. It's a lavender, like, scented pillow. I put essential oils in it, like different ones. I'll put lavender. I keep forgetting I have makeup on. I also want to utilize my porch more, like this space. I'm actually sitting on a pull-out couch. I tried to sell this couch a couple years ago, and the only reason is because it doesn't fit in my house. I have other furniture, and tried selling it on Facebook Marketplace, and everyone was like, if not, they weren't sketchy, like I'm not calling them sketchy, it's just that they wouldn't like respond, and I would finally be like, okay, and then move on to the next person, and then they would finally respond and be like, so can you meet me somewhere? And I'd be like, you didn't respond to my last message. Like, I was like, what are you talking about, meet you somewhere? So it was just a hassle, and I was like, you know what, we're just gonna put it on the porch for now until someone can respond. Then a giant storm came through and got the whole couch wet, and it's a like suede couch, mind you, so the top of it got like mold on it, and I ended up cleaning it and the mold came off. But it is definitely an outside couch now. It is not something that I'll probably bring inside ever, because it probably has like bugs in the springs or some shit. But I pulled it out and put this waterproof sheet on the little mattress, and that way I can like sit out here during the day and chill out and lay on the porch on like a bed. I was like, well, we have this, let's see if we'll pull it out. It fits barely, like it just touches the porch from this to this, and from the wall to the railing. And I was like, we already have it, might as well use it instead of buying a porch bed or a porch like swing that's gonna cost $400 fucking, you know, when we could just use the couch that we have. It's a little ratchet, you know, but I mean, hey, it's what we got. I'm not gonna throw away a couch just because it's gonna sit on my porch. Like, no, fuck no, I'm gonna use it. You know, I need it to be whiter. It literally needs to be whiter. There we go. There we go. It needs to be like white with a hint of this little color in it. That's so much better. because compared to that, I want it to be like a genuinely lighter color, so when you look back, it's not. It's a drastic difference, you know? But not too drastic. Oh, see? Paint's dry. It's fucking dry as shit. I gotta put some of this in here too. I'm glad I put this towel out. This is my like painting towel. It's supposed to be a giant beach towel, but I quite frankly don't go to the beach enough to use it as one. Oh, it is so hot, and it's just like unbearable to be directly in the heat sometimes, even with like sunscreen and water and ice and all that shit. It's just, it's unbearable sometimes. And I had a fucking heat stroke 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago now. Holy shit. And ever since then, the heat has really affected me, and it affected me even more than before. But so, this heat stroke was totally my fault. Here's the thing. This is why you should always drink water. I was, living near a trail, and on this trail, it's just plain. It's just a wide sidewalk that's like, maybe like 5 miles long or something like that, maybe 3.5, something. It's not long. So I would take my skateboard and be like, you know what, I'm gonna get some exercise. I'm gonna go skateboard back and forth. Beautiful butterfly, make a wish. And it was really hot this day. My dumb self goes, you know what? I'll be okay. I'm just gonna go skateboard. Mind you, I just woke up, didn't drink any water. I think I had like a iced coffee, a Dunkin' iced coffee, and went out skateboarding, right? So I am on the trail. I'm about halfway back. So I went to the other side of the trail, and I'm halfway back to where I parked my car. And I fucking black out. My eyes go black. First they're like staticky, then everything goes black. My eyes are open. I'm blinking my eyes and everything is black. And I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm still on my skateboard riding down the sidewalk, and I fall. Like, my body just fell off. My skateboard goes into the grass, thankfully, and not like into the road. And I'm laying on the grass and I'm just trying to fucking breathe, and I hear people yeah, so yeah, Saturday and we're just gonna go, walking by me, and they don't, hey, are you okay? What's going on? Nothing. They didn't even fucking acknowledge that I was in the grass. Just from dying. And I eventually like came to and was like, and like laying in the grass still, and crawled onto my skateboard and laid on my stomach, and I crawled to my car, and people were walking by me still, not like, hey, are you okay, or do you need any help? Because I was visibly like not able to breathe, and like my face, you could tell something. It wasn't just I was being weird and riding my skateboard on my stomach, you know? So nobody helps me. And for whatever reason it was, my stepmom decided to call me, and I'm opening my car door and she calls me, and I answer, and I'm like, like I still can't breathe. And she's like, whoa, Natalie, what's going on? Calm down. I need you to calm down, talk to me. And I'm just like, can't breathe, you know? And dude, it was such a terrible experience, and I am so glad that I had water sitting in my car, which is so stupid. I didn't drink it before I went out there, but I had it sitting in my damn car getting hot. I don't know why I did that to myself. But she called, and she was able to like calm me down, because I think a part of it too was nobody was helping me, so I was internally freaking out even more so. Instead of just like sitting down and calming myself down, I was like hyperventilating, you know? And to this day, I'm still like, whoever the fuck was on that trail, fuck you guys for not being like, hey, do you need any help? Maybe they thought I was trying to like scam somebody. I don't know what. I would have had to have been a really good fucking actor to scam some people. Dude, ever since then, I can't like be in the heat too long or like overexert myself in the heat too long. I start to get like nauseous. And that is why I drink water a lot as I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper. And I try to drink, you know, multiple water bottles a day. I know that sounds silly, but like it truly helps you. It not just helps you, but it makes your skin look good and your hair healthy and all that shit, you know? So it is good for your system. But that's, yeah, having a stroke, having a heat stroke is something that sucks ass. Having a stroke sucks ass too. I'd never want to experience that. But to this day, I still can't believe that those people did not fucking stop and say anything. No concern, nothing. They didn't give a fuck. Time can be old like Victorian time, like couples and fans are speaking in wine, like couples and chimneys are settler time. Anyway. Love Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Used to go on YouTube binges of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared all the time. Fucking loved it. The lore behind it, what it all means, how it pertains to society, all that shit, you know? And I'll get stuck on those like 3-hour fucking videos. Alright guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Let's get into it, you know? I can't remember who exactly I was watching, probably multiple creators. Because I would like to see different people's perspectives. Oh, this is like so, I feel so weird making this video because like, shit, I never expected myself to post a video of myself painting. I've always been so extremely insecure about everything that I'm just like, nope, I'm not gonna show myself online, you know? And I got over it. I was like, you know what, I'm tired of not like being able to recognize my own like talent and my own skills that I've built up for these years that I've been building it, and I need to show people. Like, I think people would appreciate it. I think I would be accepted. And I don't know why I couldn't get that before and just push through and accept that it's okay if you make mistakes. Like, you can always fix that down the road, but just, you gotta know that you gotta keep going. Like, you have to, for the sake of yourself. Like, not for anyone else. Yeah, obviously I want to make videos to make people happy and to, not even just necessarily happy, just to give someone something to do, to someone to listen to, or, you know, a form of entertainment, form of creativity for you to latch onto. I'm totally fine with that, and that's something that I want to do and produce for people. So, bear with me, because I don't know how this is all going to go. I work pretty frequently, work 5 days a week, so it's hard for me to be able to do things, you know, regularly, like make long-form videos like this. I have all day today, that's why I'm, like, able to sit out here and film all of this and do a bunch of things. Ooh, the wind is blowing, I love it. But I definitely want to make more content. I'll open up too. I feel so awkward in this video. I feel like you can't even really tell who I am yet, because I'm just kind of rambling. But we'll get there eventually, you know? I'll be able to talk more about myself in like a more genuine way eventually. It's just hard because I'm not used to talking to a camera like this. Like, I'm not one to make videos, even like, shit, when I had Snapchat, I barely posted videos of myself. If I did, like, it was one of the 1,000 videos that I took because I was so insecure. And then I would post that one and then be like, oh, I don't really like it after all, you know? So it's always been really hard for me to post myself and what my art looks like. But I was able to accept my art a little bit more and be like, you know what, my art looks better than I do, so it looks more interesting than I do, I guess. And it'll catch people's eye, because that's also something I've been told by a close friend is like, maybe you're just not that captivating. And it's like, damn, like, that's a harsh fucking thing to say to your fucking friend too, you know? And that's something that's always stuck with me. It's like, damn, am I captivating enough for the online audience to like my art and to like who I am and things like that? And I feel like I have to filter myself too, because in real life I am a very like jokester, funny, telling stories kind of person, and it's hard. I guess it's hard to do that with a camera. Like, I'm just interacting with myself right now. There's nobody around me, you know, like, it's kind of a little bit more awkward than if I were to like be on a podcast, I guess, talking to somebody else, which I don't know if I want to do a podcast in the future. I love watching podcasts, but I would much rather just do this, paint and make a long form video of me rambling, and people can choose to listen, or they can choose to put it on fast speed play and just watch the fucking paint process and then be like, bitch, shut up, I don't want to talk to you, I want to listen, I want to watch this. And I'll probably also put like music over this video, just to give it some background noise, or maybe not, I don't know. I really like the sound of all the birds and the cicadas and stuff. Pretty sure you can hear the cicadas, they're loud as hell. Every time I say butta, it reminds me of like a New Yorker saying butta. Like, hey, can you hand me the butta? I don't know why I do that every single time. But, fucking did it again. I swear to God, if I do it a third time, I'm gonna punch myself. I didn't plan on bringing anything up. Maybe I should have. But I kind of wanted this to just be a raw, like, natural video of me talking and kind of you guys getting to know me and stuff. I'm a little too far away. I'm gonna put my foot through. Hope it doesn't get stuck. Shit. Start freaking out. I make a fucking shot game out of this video. Every time I say butta or aya, take a shot. If you are above the age of 21, you know, 21 or above. I also made a pizza the other day. I made the dough from scratch, and it took about an hour to proof the dough and another like 20 minutes to cook in the oven, I think. And it was really fucking good. It was a good pizza. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be making pizza from now on. We don't have to go to the store and get like DiGiorno's or go to Domino's and get pizza anymore. Because also my partner is allergic to cheese, not just cheese, dairy, sorry. And so he can't have cheese pizza. We have to have just non-cheese pizza. We just have sauce pizza. And it's really not that bad. Like, people will be like, oh man, that sucks, I would fucking kill myself if I couldn't have dairy. And they'll say that, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, he's standing right there, you don't have to say it. But, you know, we've tried the non-dairy cheese, and that shit is not good. I looked at the ingredients, and it's mostly like potato starch is the thing that's in it to make it hold its shape. And it does not melt correctly. And when it gets hot, it doesn't taste good. Like, when it's cold, you can eat some of it and be like, oh yeah, that kind of tastes like cheese. I can see how someone could use that, you know, but then as soon as it melts, it like, ugh, it gets gross. And I don't like it. I can make a pizza seasoning to put on top, which I did, and I took a picture of it, so I'll probably insert it here. If y'all want like a good pizza seasoning, which I just sprinkled it on the sauce, and if you do like cheese pizza, I just sprinkled it on top and then put it in the oven. That's it. I didn't do like a big layer. It was just sprinkle. That's it. You know, I made that sound too. You have to make that sound when you pour it, or else it won't work. That looks nice. I actually really like this color scheme. I don't think it's bad. Somebody who I looked up to when I was watching YouTube as a kid and younger was Mary Doodles, and I still watch her videos sometimes. She is a huge inspiration to me, and I loved watching her videos on YouTube growing up. That was also something that I wanted to do for other people too. Is like, wow, I can make art and also inspire people. Like, I don't just have to make art to sell it. Like, I can make art just to show people like what I can do, you know? Cool, I'm gonna do that. And that's why I feel so passionate about doing this, and why I try to do it every day. Golly, this paint is fighting me, man. But something I'm just gonna have to also just get over and understand that is always going to be a part of it is, if you post online, you gotta be open to criticism. I have to be prepared for that, and I think I wasn't prepared as a younger kid for that. It looks pretty good. I like the colors. I do need to go in and clean it up, but that is pretty good. I like it. Pretty cool. I mixed a blue paint. I had to record my phone, and I think I'm gonna have to continue to record it. Did I say record? Charge. That little ice pillow on my neck. Iced out. You know what I forgot to do? This shit. Sometimes I can be like, yeah, I have changed. Other times I'm like, damn, have I? And I'm like, I need to stop comparing myself just because I make like a childish joke or something. Doesn't mean that you've gone back in time. I kind of like this icy blue color. I like it. I think I'm definitely going to go in with more detail when it dries on that first layer and try to go in. Am I recording? Okay. Whew. That was a cardinal. Pretty. Whee! God. What's wrong with me? I really like making this content. This has been really fun today, because I honestly, like, it's gonna sound so crazy, but like, I talk to myself when I'm by myself at my house, and I think it's easier for me to talk to a camera because it's like, this is my audience, is you guys, you know, calling you out right there. Get creepy for a second, but it's just fun. I have always liked YouTubers like Jenna Marbles, like I've mentioned before, freaking, why can't I name any other YouTubers? I know they're controversial, but I watch the H3 show, and I don't necessarily agree with everything that they say, but sometimes they are very entertaining. Majority of the time, honestly, they're very entertaining. It's so funny how many people online, like, genuinely hate on these people. And it's like, I get it. There are people online that I definitely don't like, and I definitely won't go out of my way to watch their videos, or to give them views and things like that, but at the end of the day, they're still just people too, and it's not that I'm like excusing their behavior, but it's like I truly don't know them, because everyone can have a different persona online rather than in real life. Like shit, even me talking to the camera, I could be presenting differently to how I do around most people, around my friends or coworkers or my relationship, my partner, whatever, you know. But I think hopefully I'm trying to be as authentic as I can, but shit, it still can come off differently because I'm not talking to a human right now. I'm talking to my camera, like I'm talking to a phone. So it can kind of get a little silly sometimes, you know. That Dr. Pepper's so warm. I like it. I think I'm gonna stop here for now. A boop.